this year, or at least last year's exams. This is the way it ought to be, since we are witnessing a steady increase in candidature at the lower levels, which should translate into an increase at this level also. Notably, both Uneb chairperson and the executive director's reports indicate that science and mathematics entries have also increased. Although we are not where we want to be exactly, at least we are moving, and we pray that we will get to where we want to be. This is a positive development because, as I stated previously, having more learners taking sciences at this level will provide the desired pool of candidates to take science-based courses at the university and tertiary levels. Without prejudice to other disciplines, it should be appreciated that science and mathematics are crucial in propelling development in industry, medicine, and related fields, as Mr. Odongo reported. I'm also pleased to note an improvement in biology at the UACE, as well as a marked rise in principal passes at this level. This is commendable. In the past, this important science subject had not been done well for whatever reasons. My hope is that by addressing the areas of concern that Uneb publishes annually, this improvement will be sustained. It is now my hope and prayer that the head teachers and teachers take seriously the feedback from Uneb, as you heard Mr. Odongo request to our teachers. In order to sustain these gains, we need to see more commitment from our teachers, really. Please be there for your learners and ensure you provide them with both the theory and the practical skills they need to learn. Please remember that teaching is a calling, and its rewards and joy are in the success of your learners. I urge the head teachers to provide good leadership because this will enable us to sustain the positive results we have realized this year. Once more, I'm pleased with the girls' performance. According to Uneb's statistics, they have outperformed their male counterparts, and I didn't hear any applause for the girls today. Indeed, this demonstrates that girls have potential, but gender stereotypes most likely prevent them from realizing their abilities. Therefore, our system must figure out ways of enabling and empowering the girls to realize their full potential. I thank the board for adjusting the timetable for the transitional examination as I guided last time. This should give adequate time for the registration of our young people who would wish to take advantage of this opportunity. Please note that the government will support those learners who had been under the UACE program, as I said during the occasion of the UCE examination results release. Also to be noted further is that this is a one-off examination, meaning that it will not be done again, as I explained last time. We are grateful to God for the positive UACE results. As we all expect, many of our students will be pursuing university education, as is the culture in our country. But while this aspiration is commendable, there are many equally rewarding, as you heard from Professor Bua, opportunities. There are many rewarding opportunities in other tertiary institutions. such as our technical training colleges and health training institutions, that I would urge our young people to consider for applying to go to. I encourage those of you who have not performed to your expectations not to despair again or give up, as you heard those who spoke before me try to encourage you. There is always another opportunity, so please keep yourselves safe and healthy so that you can pursue alternate possibilities. In conclusion, I congratulate the board and the staff of Uneb on yet another outstanding performance, and I want you to give them a big applause, really. I'm also grateful to all of our teams and stakeholders who have worked tirelessly to ensure the success of the entire 2023 examination period. It is now a singular honor and pleasure to release the results of the 2023 Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education for the public use. I thank you, and God bless you all. This is it again. To the pride of Uneb and the Ministry of Education and Sports, to our God, all the glory and honor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mama, for first of all inviting us here and hosting us to this great event, but also for the great address to the nation. Mama, we join Honorable Muyingo in wishing you a merry celebration of Women's Day, but also thank you so much for always inspiring the girl child to excel. Ladies and gentlemen, may we rise at this moment and sing the anthems. So this is the day, as the book of Psalms says, that the Lord has made, and we rejoice in it as Mama officially receives the UACE, Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education examination results from Professor Celestine Obua, the chairperson, Uganda National Examinations Board. Thank you very much, cameramen and women, for the right shots. And I know that all eyes worldwide are now on Minister of Education and Mama, because everybody has been eager to receive these results. After that moment, as the rest of the team comfortably gets to their seats, I'd like to invite Honorable Jesse Muyingo to come and help us invite Mama to address the nation on the results and later release the results to the nation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Semakula. Mama, who happens to be our chief guest this morning, the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, I want to observe all the protocol as presented, and I've been given a very easy, simple, but very important assignment. That is to invite you to address Ugandans. But Mama, before I invite you, may I say to make it 2 points. One, I want to wish you the best Women's Day celebrations, Mama. And also thank you for accepting to find time for this very important activity. We don't take that for granted. It's a sign of special love you have, and we want to thank you so much, and may God bless you. Last point, Mama. Whenever I visit schools these days, particularly secondary schools, the science teachers ask me to convey their appreciation to government for their salary enhancement. Their salaries have been enhanced, textbooks have been provided, laboratories have been equipped with with the necessary materials. But when I compare the investment and the number of A's that come from Uneb, the two don't tally. For me, I look at Uneb as a mirror that tells us what's happening on the ground. Some head teachers have forgotten that they are the first inspector of their schools. Need to be reminded. Mama, where there is good leadership, the A's are many. Where there are no A's, to me, there is a problem with the leadership there. Mama, this is not my day. May I use this chance to say welcome, thank you very much, and come to address our people. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Mingo, Honorable Ministers of State for Education and Sports, the Honorable Members of Parliament for the Education Committee in Parliament, the PS for the Ministry of Education and Sports and your technical team, the chairperson and the team from the Uganda National Examination Board, the media fraternity, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is my sincere pleasure today to release the results of the Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education, the third examination that Uganda National Examination Board administers annually. Uneb reported that the process went smoothly, similar to the previous two exams whose results we had already made public. This gives us all reason to express our gratitude to the Lord for his faithfulness indeed, since today's release commemorates a total number of 1,208,351,000 of our young people who have completed all the three levels of our basic and secondary education cycle. I am pleased to note that the inexplicable decline in candidature, which we have been observing before, has been reversed with a very significant.
Is consistent with the fact that there was better overall performance and a significant increase in entries in the examination in 2023. In the cases where one principal pass and two subsidiary level passes are considered for admission to other tertiary institutions, 90.7% of those candidates that sat will qualify. This is better compared to 2022, which was 89.3%. Mama will compare the female and male candidates' performance in table 4, generally at 3 Ps, 2 Ps, 1 P, and 1 subsidiary pass. The number of candidates for females at those levels are indicated, and the percentage passing are also indicated on the left, and the males are on the right. When you study that table, it indicates that the female candidates, although they are fewer in number than the male candidates, as you saw from the registration, proportionally, they have performed better than their male counterparts. The percentage passes at the upper levels of 3 Ps and 2 Ps are higher, while percentage passes at the lower levels, and failure rates among the female candidates are lower than that of the males. And we have observed this trend now for the last 3 years. And I thought we would clap for the female candidates as well. Mama, we also compare performance of candidates in the large entry subjects in 2023 to that of 2022 in Table 5. So we indicate the subject, the number of candidates that offered that particular subject, and the percentage of candidates that passed that subject with the principal pass A, which is the highest level. And then the next column, we have the number of the percentage that passed at least with a principal pass, that is from E upwards to A, and they are indicated. We see, after studying that table, that there are improvements in a number of subjects: entrepreneurship education, Christian religious education, geography, literature in English, agriculture, chemistry, biology, and art. The number of candidates registering and appearing for mathematics are also gradually increasing, Mama, with mathematics showing the greatest promise. This can be seen in Table 6 below. However, the overall numbers have remained well below half the total candidature. Mama, this is consistent with the fact that pass rates in these subjects in the Uganda Certificate of Education, UCE examination, have been low, and this impacts on the transition to the UACE level. So we can see over the last 5 years, mathematics increased from 29,915 in 2018. Currently, we had 45,414 that registered. That's a very good increase. The other 3 science subjects are also increasing, but their numbers are lower than that of mathematics. Mama, we also compare the performance of females and males in the same large entry subjects that we had seen before, as listed there. Again, I show the number of candidates for females and males that registered for the different subjects. And when you look at the A to E column, that is those candidates who are getting principal pass E and above, we again see consistently the performance of girls in terms of percentage are better in history at 94.8 against 92.1, economics 56.8 against 49.7, entrepreneurship education, Christian religious education, geography, literature in English, mathematics and physics, art, and even subsidiary mathematics. All those subjects, in terms of percentage, the performance of the female candidates is better. The female entries for science and mathematics have remained lower than that of the males. As you can see in that table, when you get to physics, whereas right from mathematics, the females are 14,654 against 30,760. That is almost half. In physics, we only had 3,804 against 13,302 for the males. So the female entries for science and mathematics have remained quite low, much lower, consistent also with the fact that the overall female entry is lower than that of the males. However, the numbers are also rising, Mama. We can see that in Table 8 from 2018, we had only 8,270 girls that sat for maths. in 2023, that number has gone to 14,654. The others are also going up. A brief comment on candidates' performance at the Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education. The examiners reported improvements in the quality of the candidates' work, with higher mean scores in many subject areas where the performance has been reported to have improved. Notable has been biology, Mama, where performance has been rather poor in the recent years. The core science subjects continue to show lower than desired principal level passes. The factors that are responsible for this state of affairs have been reported by Uneb during earlier releases of UACE. They include teaching theoretically, with candidates lacking the practical skills that they need to perform experiments, to record and interpret their results, and questions in the theory papers that require practical experience were found to pose a lot of problems to the candidates. Mama, the humanities have tended to be better done, save for instances of misunderstanding of questions by candidates and their inability to understand questions, their inability to understand the differences and import of such keywords, those action verbs that describe and define the tasks to be performed in a question, such as describe, explain, illustrate, evaluate, and so on and so forth. The essays are also reported to still lack the analytical edge that is expected at this level. Mama, the board will continue to publish the report on the work of candidates to provide feedback to teachers on areas that need improvement. The persistence of the problems raised in earlier years may point to the possibility that many teachers may not be using these documents that the board has been publishing and circulating. Mama, another area that will require urgent attention is ICT. Apart from the general paper, candidates must offer subsidiary mathematics or subsidiary ICT. From what we observed in the performance of the candidates, many schools are ill-equipped in terms of the computers and the printers that the candidates need for practical examination. And this greatly impacts on their acquisition of the skills and quality of work that they present during the examination. Malpractice and irregularities, the chair has said, and I am just glad to report, Honorable Minister, that cases of examination malpractice at UACE are usually quite low, and that has happened again. The few cases that we noticed will be withheld and treated as in the cases of the primary leaving exam and the Uganda Certificate of Education. Mama, allow me to express our gratitude. Today, Honorable Minister, we are just here as members of the board and staff of the board. We are just happy. We give glory to God. We give praise to God for his faithfulness. Mama, we prayed for a smooth and successful year, and the Almighty heard and granted our prayers. This is enabling us today to present to you the results of the last of the 3 national examinations that by law we are mandated to prepare and conduct. Honorable Minister, we are grateful to you because you have continued to be the bedrock on whichever success we have achieved has been built. You have thanked us whenever you felt that we had done something worth thanking us for. You have provided the crucial support in areas which are critical for the successful completion of our task. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. I thank the chairperson and members of the Parliamentary Committee on Education and Sports. Chairperson is here in person, accompanied by the vice chair and members. Mama, they have had a very clear understanding of the uniqueness of the mandate of Uneb and have appropriated the necessary funds that the executive asks from time to time. The Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development too has been helpful in releasing the funds that we require and in time. We are also grateful to the ministry. I wish to sincerely thank the chair and members of the board for their guidance at policy and oversight level. I also want to join my chair in thanking Professor Kwakol, our previous chair, under whom most of the work we did for this year's examinations were done. The permanent secretary and senior staff of the Ministry of Education and Sports, its agencies and other institutions have been available to assist Uneb in various ways before and during the conduct of the examination. Mama, I also want to thank the area supervisors, heads of examination centers, scouts, and invigilators who played their roles as expected, resulting in a very smooth examination. We are very grateful to them. I equally extend my appreciation to the Uganda Police, represented here today by the police spokesperson, Senior Commissioner Enanga, and Mama, allow me to invite Senior Commissioner Enanga to greet you. And the Uganda People's Defense Forces and other security agencies that assisted us to conduct this examination quite smoothly. I'm also very grateful to the examiners who reported to mark the scripts, and I want to thank the institutions that allowed the Uganda National Examinations Board to use their premises as marking centers. I also thank the parents and guardians for supporting the candidates through the UACE stage in their educational journey. I'm indebted to the members of the press who actively highlighted and published Uneb activities throughout the examination period. Mama, I should also mention that the police spokesperson, Senior Commissioner Enanga, provided a slot for Uneb during his Monday press briefings to allow Uneb to be present and also communicate to the public every week in the course of the examination. And that gave us a lot of visibility, because police press conferences are usually very well attended. I appreciate the very numerous members of the public who gave us valuable information and other forms of assistance during the field conduct of the examination. To the candidates who performed well, I also congratulate them and thank God for their success. To those who may not have achieved as well as they had expected, I invite them to adopt the motto of one of our educational institutions that says, never give up. There is always a second chance and other opportunities. I acknowledge with profound gratitude the dedication to duty exhibited by the staff of the Uneb Secretariat. Mama, their commitment and sacrifice, which is never visible to the public, enables the board to deliver on its mandate. Today, we shall collectively give glory again to God that once again, He has enabled us to deliver. I wish to advise on access to the results. We shall upload these results on the school portals as soon as, Mama, you declare them released, and we will make available hard copies much later, not today, and centers will be informed through their portals if they still wish to collect the hard copies. I also want to remind heads of centers of their duty to cross-check the results of their candidates and submit any queries in time. And I want to tell them to do so electronically through their portals, not later than 15 working days after the release of the results. Adherence to the timelines will enable the printing of certificates in good time. Candidates, parents, and any other interested persons may access these results of individual candidates through the short message service, and the advice is to go to the message menu, type accurately UACE, leave space, and type the correct index number of the candidates. Mama, quite often people are ringing saying we can't access the results, and when you check what they have done, they have put the wrong information. If you don't leave space, the technology is very intelligent, but sometimes it doesn't have the intelligence to know that you inadvertently forgot to leave space. It will just not give you the information you want. This service currently is available on MTN and the Airtel networks. Honorable Minister, thank you so much for your kind attention. I beg to submit.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dan Odongo, for that statement of results. Mama, when I earlier introduced the teams that were here, I forgot my sister here, who represents the constituency of special needs and is ensuring that the people out there are able receiving the message. Her name is Esther Nagudi. I'd also forgotten Afande Nanga, but I think that has been done, only to confirm that the possible absence of withheld results must have been part of his effort. Mama, my name is Semakula Henry. I'm one of your officers in the Department of University Education and Sports, University Education and Training at the Ministry of Education and Sports. At this time, I would like to call back Professor Celestine Obua to now officially hand over the results to Mama, who will then later deliver the results to the nation. And I'm requested to invite the Honorable Ministers of State to join in at that moment, because that is actually going to be the official photo of the release.